I think I think that's already been tried and it failed miserably. The one that NCSoft made.
Walk with us as we escort you to safety, experience, and the adventure of a lifetime.
Trains, planes, and automobile MMOs. No, it's not the movie. Okay, it is not the movie with starring Steve Martin and John Candy and yeah, was that it? Anyways, with the fact of E3 came out and Xbox, Bethesda had their showcase of Xbox games. They had a Forza Horizon 5 open world, beautiful looking. You're in Mexico and you can go open world and you can go cruise and you can race. There's even like a 5v5 type of thing where you can just, doing competitions and things, right? But they also alluded to the fact that they do open world or can be, questing. I'm like, hey, what? It's not really, is it an RPG? A role playing game. Is it a role playing game? Are you role playing? You're a driver in a Porsche driving across Mexico. That was what I was curious to know what you guys thought about. Would you want to play a train? Obviously, reasons why I mentioned that. Okay, a plane again. Another obvious reason why I mentioned that. Or automobile MMO. What do you, Solomon? Would you want to play those kind of games?
I think I think that's already been tried and it failed miserably. The one that NCSoft made.
Oh, that's right. What was that? Oh, that's right.
I forgot.
Oh, I forgot about that
Like-
one too. You're right.
So it's funny though because ever since that game went offline, I don't think any other company tried to do anything similar
You're
since. Because
very right.
I can't remember either. It was called like Auto Assault. I think that's what it was called.
Yeah, it was Auto Assault.
So I mean, I'm open to it, but would I play it? Would I be excited about it? Uh, no, not really. Train much less. No offense, Dad. Because you're on rails. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, oh, I'm gonna go faster. Oh, I should slow down. Oh, I'm gonna pick up these people. Like, I mean, just like, you know what I mean? Now,
There's a story at every station,
That's right.
yeah, I don't. Sorry, not interested.
No, fair enough. I forgot that other one. It was funny, interesting because we're seeing like Microsoft Flight Simulator is also doing it too. They had they're flying over realistic terrain, and people have been or like I'm ready to play this game because I want to fly over. I've not been to wherever it was for years and be able to fly over old towns I used to be at, to see what it looks like. Kind of cool. I'm thinking they also it's not just a flight; it's more of that. It's like the whole idea. I don't quite. It's not quite GTA where you can role play a character, but you could do that. You could add the role playing thing too. And you're right. I would not have ever thought about playing a train game, train, plane, or automobile MMO. That they could be stupid. Like you mentioned, Auto Assault. Never played it. Today, what's interesting is that all these other games that have gotten further on from being what they were, they're adding these things to it. So it's not just a automobile game where you can race, which is normally still there. There's more. So Azil, what do you thought? Would you I maybe not in the past you did, but today would you want to do a plane, train, or automobile MMO?
Maybe. I don't know. See, there's a lot of folks that I know that do enjoy like the Euro Trucker, and I think there's an American version of that game as well. And I definitely know a lot of people that play the Microsoft Flight Simulator, and there's another flight sim that DCS World or something like that. I can't remember.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. A lot of
Yeah,
people have been playing that.
so I can see that working, and a lot of people are probably older like us that played. I don't know. Maybe someone in their 20s would want to do it. I'm not sure, but the thing is, it's just not. When I think MMO, I don't necessarily think travel, like, and that's it. There's no, and I don't know how you would. I guess questing for like a flight sim would be get from point A to point B, or they would have like because there are places that are very difficult to land, like try to land in this place, or water landing at night on an air carrier, airship carrier or something like that. I don't know what else you could do with it unless you put real world stuff in there, like you can have a house and you can decorate it. And I don't know.
Go
I'm trying to
Hawaiian
Everything's
think,
Island.
what else are you going to put in there?
You're an airline
everything's a fetch
pilot.
quest.
Yeah.
I
Well,
would,
it's a fetch and escort quest. Make sure
Yeah,
you
that's
don't
all you get.
fly into a mountain.
I don't mind. I've never played the trekking games. I mean, they look
There's
like they
simulators.
might be fun.
Good
Flight
point.
simulator I've done in the past, and I even remember way back doing like Chuck Yeager. That was
Oh,
a fun
yeah.
game. Yeah,
I've acquired
but
floppies. I have that game still.
and really, I don't know how many people it is the new Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's pretty close to an MMO. They said that you can have a lot of people on a server.
Yeah, that's the thing. So it makes you wonder about
So
those things. Maybe we're blending that way.
it may already be one, and I know that there's people that are serious about it, man. They
All right.
they have like half of a cockpit in their living room, and
They
like
even build a
dress,
cockpit.
yeah, they dress up, and there's like people that do dispatching and from the air towers, and they're serious. And I could totally
Right.
see people doing it for trains as well. I mean, do I think it's for me? I don't know. I'd probably play it once or twice. I don't know that I would
If it
like
was free
play
to
it
play,
more
I
than.
probably would try it. Yeah, I get your
Oh,
point.
if it's free to play, I absolutely would
Yeah.
try it.
Even
But
before the latest Flight Simulator game came out, there was another version of it, the previous version. People
mhm,
would actually play those and actually role play like air traffic
right.
controllers
Right.
and play various pilots and stuff. And matter of fact, there's another YouTuber by the name of like Air Force Proud, like 70 something.
Seen
Yeah,
that.
and
Yeah.
he would go in and just absolutely like role play an air traffic controller and confuse people, and it's just so hilarious the way he would talk. And even if you don't know anything about the lingo that the pilots use, like the way he does it is just so hilarious. And people are like really trying to like keep up with him. But I would assume that he's a former Air Force pilot himself, and so that's why he like knows all this crazy talk and everything. And it's just so hilarious, like because he'll say like all these like this crazy long sentence, like Alpha taxi runway blah blah blah, and he was like, "Can you relay everything I just said?" Because apparently that's what you have to do, and people
Right.
are like, "What?" And then they get kicked off the server because they can't do it or something. It is so yeah. The role playing aspect is definitely there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the MMO aspect of it? Yeah, I think it's like you said earlier. I forgot who said it. I think it was Ken or SirJahzeal rather, that said that they're going to have massive amounts of players be able to play it, which we have been seeing because we see people trying to collide with each other and whatnot in the flight simulator game. But yeah, I think it's a growing trend too, and not to mention there's also another. It's not really an MMO. I would call it MMO light or something very similar that you see in Destiny. But Ubisoft is publishing an extreme sports MMO
The writer
called
one?
Riders Republic.
Look,
Yeah. And again, that's not really an MMO, but you still have massive
True.
amounts of people, like up to 50 players on the PC. But you get to see everybody and meet people on a central hub. But once you leave that central hub, you go into an instance
Yeah,
with
you can do like a
up to 50
6v6
people.
type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and so again, I think the landscape is definitely changing, but I welcome the change. Like screw the status quo. But again, I'd like to see a more full-fledged, persistent world. Stand or classic definition of an MMO more so than anything else.
Yeah. You're right. Malice says he would try it. That's the thing about if it for free to play, I would try it. The aspects of these beautiful worlds. I mean, playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it is beautiful beyond imagination. Okay, and it's beautiful to run around it. You're running around in it alone. It would be a
Yeah.
great world to have as a server somewhere, and you'd be able to be a Viking and having a turn it into where you can kind of like a Valheim a little bit, but better graphics. So. All right, so if you're watching YouTube, or anywhere you're seeing this video, let us know what your thoughts are. Post it in the comment section. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Trains, planes, and automobiles. MMOs are there. I don't know. All right. Check out the further adventures of Kennethan by liking and subscribing and watching me live on twitch.tv/Kennethan.